and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. In today's video, we are going to be closing out our budget for last week, setting up our budget for this week, doing a cash envelope stuffing, and answering all of your questions from last week's video. I'm gonna give you a little spoiler. We did not stick to our food budget, so we were above budget. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna handle that situation. Okay guys, if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. So this year for my family budget, I'm using the ERIN CONDREN 8.5 by 11 monthly planner. And all the stickers you see today are from my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes, except for these here. These are from Cara Jo Plan's Etsy shop. I do have a link to all of this in the description box below, and anytime I have a discount code for you guys, it is also listed in the description box below as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the monthly spread. On the monthly spread, I like to put down a sticker for everything that we spent each week, and then I have it color-coded by budget category. So let's start with bills. So for bills this week, we put $5 in cash aside for our garbage bill. Our garbage bill is due once every 3 months, so every week we save $5 for that. And once we have saved up for 3 months, then we're able to pay that bill. And then next, we also put aside $10 for our Reliant Energy bill. That's the gas for our house. We save $10 a week, and then once we have $40 available, we're able to pay that bill. We also had our city bill come out this week. This covers our water and our electricity, and it was $249. So it was less than we budgeted, and we'll talk more about that when we get to the budget worksheet and what we're going to do with the extra money because that was less. Okay, so that was it for bills. Moving on to debt. We did have one debt payment this week to loan number 2. Loan number 2 is a debt consolidation loan, and every week we put $142 towards that loan. Then food. So this week we had 2 grocery trips, one to Sam's Club and one to Fairway. So for Sam's Club, we ended up spending $51, and Fairway we ended up spending $149. I did do a grocery haul and meal plan and recipe video sharing this with you this week. So I hope if you haven't seen that video yet that you will go check it out. It was super fun to make. Okay, next up is gas. We put $20 in our tank this week. Moving on to miscellaneous. We had a trip to Target this week where we spent $25 on miscellaneous expenses. Then for spending money, we did $50 for spending money. This is one of our cash envelopes. Spending money for me, David, and Logan. And then finally, our sinking funds. This is another cash envelope envelopes that we do. And all together last week, we saved $76 in our sinking funds. Okay, so that was it for expenses this week. Let's take a look at the worksheet, starting with our monthly budget. So my husband David, he is an evening janitor at a local elementary school. He's paid once a month and he has a fixed income. So we pay most of our fixed expenses with his income. We cover the ones that we can. There's a few that we cover with my paycheck, which is week to week. The ones we can cover, we cover with his paycheck. So first of all, City of Ames came out this week. We budgeted $274. We are on budgeting billing. So what that means is we're going to pay the same amount every month, and then at the end of the year, if we've paid too much or if we paid too little, we have to make up the difference. This past year, we paid too much, so we got a credit on our account, and also the amount we pay each month has gone down, which is really shocking to me. It's not what I would think would happen. I would think it would go up a little bit each year. So our new total that we're going to be paying each month is going to be $249. So this is coming at the perfect time. It's not going to affect us this month, but going forward, our Google Fi is going to be higher. That's our cell phone bill. Or maybe it did start this month, but we've added Logan to our cell phone plan. So we were paying for 2 cell phones, now we're paying for 3. So the difference there is going to help pay for that. Okay, so that was it for fixed expenses. Moving on to our variable expenses. So my income is variable. I'm paid week to week. I have multiple sources of income, but my two main sources of income are YouTube and Etsy. And I've been making a little bit less money recently, so I've decreased the amount that I pay myself. I decreased it from $600 a week to $500 a week, but I have decided that's just a little bit too low. And the reason why is because we were not able to stick to our food budget of $172. So I have decided to increase this to make this a $200 a week because that was working for us. So my actual amount that I'm going to be paying myself is $528. So altogether we had $528 to work with this week. All of my sinking funds, these were cash envelopes that we did together last week, and the dollar amount was exactly what we budgeted. So that was $3 for Amazon, $10 for car maintenance, $5 for car registration, $20 for Christmas, $3 for Sam's, $30 for vacation, and $5 for vet. So altogether that came to $76. So let's see what 528 minus 76 would be. That's $452. Okay, moving up here to our fixed expenses. So loan number 2 comes out from our bank account automatically every week. So no matter what, that is always going to be the same. So $142 came out, and then these two are cash envelopes that we stuffed last week. So we put $5 towards garbage, and we put $10 towards Alliant Energy. So altogether, for our fixed expenses, we set aside $157. So $452 minus $157, that left us with $295 to work with. Okay, moving on to our variable expenses. So I was going to try to decrease our food budget this week. It didn't work out for us. We were exactly $200. So with our food expenses, I round up in my budget. So at Sam's, we actually spent $50.88. At Fairway, we actually spent $148.43. So altogether, we spent $199.31. So then I round that up. When I round that up, it becomes $200. So that's how that works. Okay, so we did spend $20 on gas. We spent $25 on miscellaneous items, and we spent $50 on our spending money. So let's see how much that was all together. So altogether that was $295. So $295 minus $295 is 0, which means we ended exactly where we wanted to be. Okay, so that was it for week 3. Let's go ahead and set up the budget for week 4. So this week I am going to continue to pay myself $528. So we're going to have $528 to work with. So we're coming down here to our sinking funds. And just in case you don't know what sinking funds are expenses that come up throughout the year that we know we're going to have to pay for. So we put aside a little bit of money each week to cover those expenses. That way when they come up, we have them covered, and it wasn't like a big hit, like a one-time hit. It was just a small hit spread throughout the year. So it's much more doable that way. So starting with our Amazon membership, we're going to set aside $3 for that. And we are going to stuff those cash envelopes together in just a moment here. Next was car maintenance. We're going to set aside $10 for that, $5 for car registration, $20 for Christmas, $3 for Sam's, $30 for vacation, and $5 for vet. So altogether we are going to save $76 this week. So $528 minus 76. That is $452. So coming up here to our fixed expenses. Loan number 2 is going to come out automatically, so $142 for that. And then we're going to do the cash envelopes for garbage, which will be $5, and Alliant Energy, which will be $10. So let's see, 142 plus 5 plus 10. That's $157 that we are going to use to cover our fixed expenses. So $452 minus $157. That will leave us $295 to work with. So we are going to stick with $200 for food this week, $20 for gas, $25 for miscellaneous, and $50 for spending. So altogether that is $295 and bringing our budget down to zero. That's what I like to do each week, is I try to zero out my budget, which simply means I have told my money where to go. It all has a place in my budget. Okay, so let's go ahead and stuff these cash envelopes. Okay, so today we are stuffing $186, so let's first count to make sure we have 186. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 186. I often get asked about what nail color I am wearing, and this week I am wearing a polish from LONDONTOWN. It is called Berry Nude. This is what it looks like. I am an affiliate for LONDONTOWN, and I do have a link to their website in the description box below. Okay, starting with our bills. So first up, we are going to set aside $5 for garbage. We're trying to get to 60. Once we get to 60, we'll be able to pay that bill. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Ooh, we're getting close. Okay, we also are going to set aside money for our Alliant Energy bill. We're going to set aside $10, so now we have $20. We're trying to get up to 40. Once we have 40, we'll be able to pay that bill. Okay, that's it for bills. Moving on to our sinking funds, starting with Amazon. So today we're going to add $3 to Amazon. 1, 2, 3. So let's see how much we have all together for our Amazon membership. So we have 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 30. 1, 2, 3. $33. Okay, for back to school, we're actually skipping back to school for right now. Birthdays, we're skipping birthdays. Okay, car maintenance. We are going to add $10 to car maintenance. So these hundreds are not real. These are placeholders, and the real money is in my savings account. Anytime I do a cash condensing, when I'm able to make $100, I put that in the savings account, and then that's earmarked in my savings account for that particular sinking fund. So we have 110, 20, 30, 35. So we have 135 set aside for car maintenance. Next is car registration. Today we're going to add $5 for that. And now we have 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So we have $65 for car registration. Moving on to Christmas. So for Christmas today we are going to add $20. So now we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. So now we have $290 for Christmas. Next is our Sam's Club membership, and we're going to put $3 towards that today. So now we have 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. So we have $33 saved up for that. Next is our vacation fund, and today we are going to add $30 to that. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 95, and 10. $510. Oh, that's so exciting. Our goal is $1,000, so we are right on track for that. And then finally, we're going to add some money to our vet envelope today. We're going to add $5 to that. And now we have 1, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80. So we have $180 saved for the vet. Okay, that's it for sinking funds. Let's move on to our cash envelopes. So these are the ones that I actually carry around with me in my wallet. And we're going to start with my spending money. I'm going to get $20 to spend this week. Logan is going to get $10 to spend. David will get $20. Gas is going to get $20, and miscellaneous will get $25. Actually, at this point in time, I don't have anything, I don't think there's anything that we have to buy for miscellaneous, but I'm sure that will change before the week is over. Something always seems to come up. Okay, so that is it for our cash envelope stuffing. I am going to answer your questions now, but if you're logging off at this point, I just want to remind you to please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you all again next time. Okay, it is time to answer all of your questions from last week's video, starting with Daya Johnson. She says, Jennifer, thank you so much for being so transparent with your family, life, and budget. Has David thought about selling his art at craft shows or even on Etsy? His artwork is beautiful, or maybe even picking up a few graphic art jobs off of Fiverr. Okay. First of all, thank you so much for the compliments. That was very sweet. So, David doesn't do art fairs, but he does have an Etsy shop. In fact, I think most of his customers come from my viewers. He's had several of my viewers go and purchase items on his Etsy shop. So he has an Etsy shop. I got lots of questions about, like, does he do YouTube? Does he do Instagram? Things like that. So he does have an Etsy shop. He does do YouTube. He does do Instagram. And he's really big on TikTok. I mean, that's where he spends most of his time, is on TikTok. He's going to start, so his YouTube channel is he's not very active on there. So he's going to start transferring over his TikToks over to YouTube, so he'll be present on both platforms. I will put links to all of his things in the description box below. If you want to check it out, feel free to check it out. As far as Fiverr goes, David doesn't want to do artwork for other people anymore. Going forward, you know, he's almost 50. He's 49. He'll be turning 50 this year. He has decided at this point in life, he only wants to make his own artwork. And if somebody wants to purchase something he's already made, great. Otherwise, that's where he's drawing the line. He doesn't want his art to become a business again, like it was with his old job. He wants to just do it for fun. And if people like what he makes and they want to purchase those items, then that's great. Otherwise, he doesn't want to spoil it for himself. Okay, so this next question comes from Beth, and I don't know how to say your last name. Is it Rotger? Her question is, have you ever taught Jacob how to make a budget? I ask because I have a 12-year-old and I want to teach her what I didn't know when I was just starting out, so hopefully she doesn't go way into debt like I did. I don't know when, because right now she starts zoning out when I talk about it. If I knew then what I know now, oh, and by the way, I would be down to watch all those video ideas you talked about. So yes, I did teach Jacob how to make a budget. So Jacob was a lot like your daughter in that he wasn't really interested in hearing my opinion about, like, money. But when it was time for him to move out and get his own place, he and I sat down and we wrote out a budget. And I think it really hit him hard at that point. Well, first of all, because it was real. It was real life. It was his budget. It was his real money that he was going to have to spend. So I think it was, like, just really eye-opening for him to see how much it takes to live. Because I think sometimes teenagers, young adults, they think, oh, I can cover rent, I'm good. But there's so much more to life than just being able to cover rent. So yes, I did finally get Jacob to do a budget, but again, it wasn't until it was really practical in his life that it really sank in and had any importance to him. Okay, this next question is from Heather Hill Perez. Hey Jennifer, I don't think this question has been asked. I have been a Sam's Club member for so long and I have never had to pay for my membership renewal out of my pocket. I have always used my rewards points and now they call it Sam's Cash to pay my membership. Do you have this option? I even use the Sam's Cash for random miscellaneous purchases, like today. I bought toothpaste and slippers and it didn't come out of my personal budget. Oh, I love that. Okay, so yes, we do get Sam's Cash and we could use it to renew our membership, but we just use it all year long to pay for groceries. We could save it up and use it for our membership, but we don't. We just use it to pay for grocery, like get a discount off of our groceries on random grocery trips. Okay, this next question is from Christine Wallace. Will you bring back the Plan With Me videos? This may be a way to increase income. The planning community is huge on YouTube. You can show off your planning stickers and increase your audience. You don't want to limit your audience to the budgeting community alone, as there is a limit to what people need, but the planner options are almost endless. So, yes, I actually brought back Plan With Me's this week. I had, or last week, I have a new planner. I moved away from the 3 time chunked planner because I needed something with time slots. So I ended up going with the Budget Mom Live Rich planner in the full size, and that's my new planner. It's actually, I didn't realize she still had those available on her shop. It's the model from last year. But I also learned she's coming out with a new planner in May. So I'm really enjoying this right now. Like I said, I did a Plan With Me last week. I'll put it in the description box below if you want to go watch that video. And my plan is going forward to continue doing that week to week. And then in May, when she comes out with the new planners, I'm planning on getting a new one. I'm so excited. Okay, this next question is from Amy Jones. I know you are no longer doing Buy Me a Coffee, but maybe you could do Tip the Seller on your Etsy shop as an option. It could be an add-on to our purchases. You should consider doing this. Okay, so I actually got this comment from several viewers, and something you might not know is I did have that option on my Etsy shop. But a couple things. First of all, Etsy got really mad at me. Somebody reported it as that I was not selling a handmade item because it wasn't a handmade item. And Etsy sent me a really nasty email saying this is your one and only warning. Do not put things like this up on your shop. And I was like, come on, Etsy, I've made you guys thousands of dollars. You don't have to be that rude. But that was really the only time Etsy's really been rude to me. But I was like, okay, so I know other people still have those options up on their Etsy shops and they haven't had to have them removed. So I don't know why I had to remove mine, but fine, that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind just selling my stickers. I'm totally happy doing that. I don't need to have the tip option. That's totally fine. Next question comes from Mind Your Money. Hey Jennifer, will you be charged a high tax for the inheritance? Just curious if receiving inheritance triggers a taxable event. So I asked about this when I was first told I was getting this inheritance. I said, how much do I need of that do I need to set aside for taxes? And I was told by my accountant, none of it, because it was such a small amount, which is totally fine. I was so grateful to receive it. It's fine. There was a small amount. But it was a small enough amount that it's not going to affect my taxes at all. I don't have to pay any taxes on it, actually. Okay, this next question is from Christine Wallace. She asked a question earlier, so she said, here's another question. Would you consider doing collabs with other creators to increase your subscribers and viewing hours? Absolutely. Yeah, so if there are any other creators out there who want to do collabs with me, let me know. I think it would be really fun. I have done a couple of collabs in the past, and they're always fun to do. Okay, and the last question comes from Sharon K. Your makeup is so natural and beautiful. What do you use? Okay, I was so excited to answer this question. By the way, this portion is not sponsored in any way. So this year for Christmas, I asked my mom for makeup. Well, actually money, gift cards to buy makeup. So the first thing I got is this foundation from Laura Geller. It's called Bake, Balance, and Brighten, and it's in the color Fair. I'll show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. And that is what I use for my foundation. And then on my cheeks, I am using Benefit's Cheek the Male. And this is what the palette looks like. There's a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter. And then finally for eyeshadow, I picked up this kit. It's by Tarte, and it's called Tartelette Juicy. And here are what the colors look like. So that's the makeup I'm currently wearing, and it's just really fun. I love playing with makeup. It was a fun Christmas gift to receive. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you again next time. Bye, everyone.